Who said we need a new intro, goddammit.
And we are live.
You're muted, brother. Is that me or
He's muted.
El Poo? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Nice guy is muted.
Now should not be muted. Okay, anyways.
We can hear you.
You can still hear me now. You can hear me now, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You good.
Greetings and salutations, Focuz Up family. Welcome to the June 29, 24 installment of the Focuz Up Show. We thank you for tuning in with us live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on YouTube and various other platforms, or catching up with us on replay. And we ask that you click that like, that subscribe, that bell, and share to support and maintain your weekly Focuz Up fix. I am Mr. Nice Guy, nice as in the word Sate spelled backwards, and my co-host today are we got Brother Charles X back from handling business and taking care of stuff,
Brother Charles X
welcome
is
back, yo. We've missed you, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, I missed the family as well, and I'm glad to be on the show with you all this morning.
We're going to be down a few people. We're missing First Lady. She had a sort of a emergency situation relay up, so we're holding her up. And Brother Walk, he's got things that he's dealing with, so we're going to be missing two mainstays. But we got Mr. Floyd X, and we have the infamous El Poo star of Spin That Back.
Mm-hmm. Hey, real quick, LeBron James Jr. is on the Lakers. You see, I'm representing. Just wanted to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a good year next year. He's going to be playing the sun. We play harder when we're trying to impress our children. So we're going to go hard in the paint, even though he do it good all the time. Not to jump off talk, I just want to say, go Lake Show. Bronny, pick number 55, 55th pick. Let's go.
All right, so how you brothers doing today? I'm trying to fix something, so you tell me how you are. I just realized something I need to get together. But go ahead. How you brothers doing? What's going on with you, Brother Charles X?
Brother, like I said, just been working hard, and just glad to be on the show with you all this morning. It looks like I came back just in time. There's some great topics, that I'm going to love participating in, and I'm eager to have a great show.
That's what's up, Mr. Floyd X. What's going on with you, bro?
Chilling, man. Ready to get the show going. Ready to talk about these Lakers. Ready to talk about the cyber love, cyber sexual. I forget, cyber soul searching. Is that some real shit? Come on, we're gonna talk about it. I know everybody been seeing these pop the balloon and throw the flag shows. Can you find love on these? We're gonna talk about it. Y'all want to tune in? We're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it. Kendra G, the talk show, and all them people that's looking for love, explaining what they want. We go talk about it. Let's go.
Infamous, what's going on, brother?
Hey, you know me, brother. Blessed and happy to be here once again.
Hey, so what we're gonna have on Spin That Back today later on?
Oh yeah. For the Spin That Back show today, we're gonna have the uncompromised De La Soul. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the native tongue group De La Soul, the one that kicked it off. What was that, 1989? Yeah, we're gonna go into De La Soul. We're gonna talk about all the albums that they had in the late 80s, all the way to the 99. So we're gonna talk about their first 4 albums.
All right, just in time. Got everything going. Let's get to the get. First up in the news, we got rest in peace, Brother Bill Cobbs.
Y'all don't know who Bill Cobbs is? Let me show you real quick. He's the one. He's the brother with like Nino.
That's right.
He the one that put that bullet in Nino Brown on the New Jack City movie.
That's right. So Bill Cobb's veteran character actor who became a ubiquitous and sage screen presence as an older man has died. He was 90. He died Tuesday at his home in the Inland Empire, California, surrounded by family and friends. Natural causes is likely to cause of death. So he's been involved in a lot of stuff. You're talking about the Hudsucker Proxy, the Bodyguard, Night of the Museum. I mean, this brother was on Good Time. So, you know, his history spans a nice segment of the time. So, you know, we celebrate the life of Black people that have done big things.
That's right. Rest in peace, Bill Cobbs. His full name was Wilbert Francisco Cobbs. Rest in peace, brother.
You know, me and Charles X was talking about when we first saw the article, when we saw the picture and the name, it looked like it said Bill Cosby. And I almost think that they did that for click purposes to sort of like present it up there. But you know, this again, salute to this brother. You know, he's done big things.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. I mean, I was about to say we said he did a lot of movies, but just to quantify it, the brother has over 200 credit as an actor in a career spanning 6 decades. Damn. You know what I mean? You know, so you know we got to just definitely for sure, you know, represent and just say he definitely was one of the great ones, and then always was you know, did a great job on the screen. So, R.I.P. brother.
Ooh.
That's what's up. All right, so up next we have. Speaking of old guys that passed away, we're going to speak about this presidential debate. Wow. Oh, this was ugly. This was absolutely ugly. Let me just say this. President Joe Biden's campaign insisted Friday he will not drop out of the 2024 race, but, you know, fractures between those in the president's orbit insisting on trudging forward in broader Democratic world seeking a last-minute change, you know, are growing because of Biden's disastrous debate performance. Now, I will say this. Immediately, right off the bat, I was like, he sounds like he has a cold. Why didn't they back down? Look, Mike Tyson had the good sense to, you know, he was not well, pull out of that July fight with with the internet guy. But, you know, they went forward with this. And I mean, he sounded terrible and his energy wasn't good. And it's like, if you look at the transcript, he was way more on point than it came off. But I mean, there's no way to color it. I mean, he acknowledged it was bad. Biden acknowledged it was bad, you know, but you know, at the end of the day, this is all going to come back to policy.
You say Biden said he did a bad job?
Biden confirms that he didn't have a great showing. I mean, he did have a cold. That's why he was talking like that. But he acknowledged, he goes, look, you know, I understand that I don't move like I used to move. I understand that I don't debate like I used to debate, but my faculties are here for me to do the job. I got a team around me that will complement whatever deficiencies I have. But the bottom line is, you know, we're leaning on policy, and our policy is on freedoms that other guy's trying to take away. That's their position. I'm not trying to put it out there. I'm not, you know, arguing his point. I'm just presenting his point. So, you know, that's what been a lot of the scuttlebutt. I mean, on CNN, it was live. Everybody was just like, oh, this is a disastrous. And man, I wish Walk was here because Walk was giving us a live testimony in the text chat. And he was like, he said, Biden.
El Poo, you watching El Poo? Did you watch the presidential debate?
Yeah, I watched some of that, man. It was crazy, dude. But the only thing I can say is I'd rather have Jimmy Carter running than Biden.
Damn. Yeah, are we still on Jimmy Carter watch?
Yes, we are. He's still alive, and you know he's got all his faculties too.
Damn. Okay.
And he don't move like he used to. He don't debate like he used to. But I'd rather have him running than Biden right about now.
So who'd you pick, Biden or Trump? Yeah, go ahead.
Who would?
No, I'm talking about who would you vote for?
Who? Oh.
It was a rhetorical comment. Okay. I mean, it was a rhetorical question, Brother Charles X.
Yeah, you know, as everyone knows, this performance was live and not a deep fake. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, this outcome was predictable years ago. You know, we've been talking about how if Biden steps into the ring with Trump and tries to debate, it was going to be just, you know, terrible. And that's exactly what we saw. Another example of Democrats repeatedly making poor decisions. You know, Joe Biden's allies wanted him to demonstrate strength and energy on the stage, to put the rest of questions about his physical and mental acuity. But what they got in this 90-minute showdown, was repeated stumbles, uncomfortable pauses, incoherency, and now the majority of the Democrat, base and leadership is just, right now in a panic and a frenzy, as if this was not something that we saw coming from literally a mile away. So the Democrats right now, just a few quotes real quick, is Senator Claire McCaskill on MSNBC says, "I'm not the only one whose heart is breaking now. There's a lot of people who watched this tonight and felt terribly for Joe Biden. I don't know if things can be done to fix this." Gupta, now he gave a quote that really just sums up a lot of the, a lot of how a lot of Democrats feel in general, and he said that the Democrats know is texting that this is very bad, but just to say a public and begin a hard work of creating space in this convention for a selection process, I'll vote for a corpse over Trump. This is a suicide mission. You see what I'm saying? So they all know that this was he already had it bad. The polls were low for him. Many of our people have turned away from him. As well as Hispanics and Mexicans. So it was already looking bad, and all this did was just give fuel to the fire. And they can't run from this now because they haven't lifted up any other Democrats at all during this process. So even if they try to bring Gavin Newsom, he's still for the most part throughout the country is an unknown. So they just don't have enough time to make a pivot now. So they gotta ride it, all the way to the finish line, and it just looks unlikely that he will be selected in this election.
Brother Walk, welcome to the show. What you got to say about this? You had some very humorous comments in our text.
Oh, about Cadaver Biden? You know what? When I was watching the debate, both of them was looking real old and dusty. Both of them, even Trump. But Biden was looking even more dusty. It was like one time he was staring at the camera like he kind of froze. Like it's kind of sad. Like these are our two choices, but I got to rock with Trump on this one because it's just for the last 4 years, everything has shown. They both have 4 years to show their work. And the work that I've seen from Biden is not sufficient that I would cast my vote for him. But the debate, they both just was saying whatever they think everybody want to hear or needs to be heard. So you can rock with them. But keep this in mind. The Trump's vote within black men is up 10% or 14%. So he's at 18% with black men. And guess who? One of them.
What do you think that's for? Why he's getting more black voters?
Just because of. Hey, I know this. I was having more money 4 years ago when Trump was in office. I don't know how. I don't know why. And it wasn't no damn stimulus. It wasn't because of just no stimulus. It just seems like things was running kind of smoother. But they're not inflammation. I'm kind of off right now. But what's that? What's the word? Inflation. Inflation that went up.
You just froze like
you put 5 items in the basket. You spending $90. You know what I mean? Like this is just what's going on right now in society. I think everybody's hurting. Everybody you talk to going through some kind of economic strait right now. They like, nah, bro, I ain't got it like that. Everybody is watching every nickel and dollar right now. It's just a kind of a bad time for everybody right now.
Mr. Floyd.
Well, can I ask before you go to Floyd? Let me say one thing. Do you think tariffs is going to help the inflation situation?
Tariffs.
Yeah, you better go study what Trump is talking about tariffs, brother.
I didn't hear that, but I mean,
okay,
it's a lot of things that will affect it. I mean, everything is just going up. Gas going up to deliver the items to where they need to go, and that's why you seeing empty shelves, especially when liquid items. That's why 99-cent store went out of business. When Trump was in office, they didn't go out of business. No, just.
Yeah, but I mean to qualify, Floyd X, you go ahead speak, and I'll come back to this. But go ahead,
man. I mean, as far as the debate goes, I mean it was a sad showing, and I thought that Biden did it better than I thought he was going to do as far as speaking and stuff. And I know he kept freezing and stuff, but I probably like more the way they held the debate. It wasn't all that interrupting and jumping in because they were so strict on muting the other person's mic. I think that was a good way for it to debate, because I like to see when people are able to get their point across. So even though Biden kind of froze up and stuff like that, I mean, it was a good showing. But let's go to our comments real quick. We got
We
LeBron.
need to take that into account, like when me and Nice Guy going at it. Mute his mic, because you know what I'm saying?
The LeBron Trucker says, how much of that was from the prior admin's policies? Talking about I think he's talking to Mr. Walk about
We ain't
all
playing
this.
that game. We're not gonna play that game. They're
Well,
not gonna
no,
play that game.
hey,
I think you're
LeBron
right.
LeBron
Silly.
checking. I'm going to address that. I'm going to address that, because we got to understand a big part of the inflation. You know, COVID was a big a fork in the road that changed things. But the reason why inflation is gotten so bad is because of corporate greed. You know, when you had not a lot of people in the workforce out there creating product, then you had a limitation of product. So then you have greater demand, less product. That's going to naturally create inflation. But once you have all of these people going back to work and producing stuff, and these people aren't bringing the prices down, that's corporate greed. So you got to understand that there's extraneous factors that lead to this situation. But you know, the reason why COVID hit the way it hit, because it was mismanaged by the other guy. But I mean, that's what's going on. So I hear what Walker's saying. And, you know, if people feel that they're not in a pace financially where they are, well, inflation is impacting that. Inflation is and inflation is going to be impacting us until people get it together. But I mean, that's a byproduct of corporate greed, and giving them people tax cuts at the highest level. That's not going to decrease their greed. That's going to increase their greed.
But I agree, but I disagree with your position, brother. If I can, real briefly, you know, when you talk about corporate greed, yes, it's true, but that corporate greed is really mainly why we're having such you know, problems with the economy is due to the printing of money with nothing backing it. You know, and also the policies. Speaking of policies, that was a question that was asked earlier. You know, is the policies of this administration, current administration, the Biden administration, is absolutely weakening the dollar and weakening our position economic in the world by printing money to give to Ukraine and then having that money come right back to the defense contractors who are then selling Ukraine weapons. You know, these are things that is not only hurting our economy, but now is also driving other nations, including African nations and nations around the world, to literally say, we're not going to be spending the dollar anymore, you know, and we're taking the dollar out of our economy. And so this doesn't end well, you know, at all. Another question, someone mentioned earlier about the terrorists. I think it was, the infamous El Poo, is that, the terrorists, is that going to impact and help America? Well, I know that initially it did. In dealing with China, there was some impact, because now it started to have Americans focus more on production and creating our own products, albeit it is at a more expensive cost, but it did stimulate the economy and create more jobs, in general. And in terms of black men, going back to the questions that was asked to our brother Walt, is why black men are gravitating towards Trump is absolutely because of policies. The bad policies that the Democrats have and the policies that of America First, if you will, that the Trump administration is promoting is something that benefits, black men in particular, and mainly because of securing our borders, and now turning our focus to hire, men that are here in this country, as opposed to having, cheap labor being available.
And to combat what the brother said, and again, welcome back. The problem with the tariffs things is that those costs get passed other. Those are importers that get hit with that, and these tariffs do not do anything about bringing the prices down. You're talking about, yes, it does give us more jobs to do something, but now we're producing stuff way more expensive. Whereas the reason why the global economy thing works is we all, a lot of us, not saying all of us, but a lot of us that have these iPhones, and the fact of the matter is that China or whoever is making them, at their dynamics, it's way cheaper us for half. If we're making an iPhone, it's going to be ridiculously costing, and it's going to impact our situation less, because the money that we save with efficiency, as far as getting resources from here and there, it allows us to use our resources more productive. So I do understand the concept of, hey, self-sufficiency is great. If we're producing all our own stuff, it's great. But yes, we can actually create more product if we outsource some things and then use our domestic stuff for its most efficient use. So that's why, these things do have a play. So, I mean, this tariff thing has not proven empirically to be, a thing that's going to help inflation or anything like that.
But it's funny you mentioned China, because what China is known for is this unfair non-market practices. Like, for example, forced technology transfers, intellectual property theft, that has contributed for control of 70, 80, even 90% of global production. And not to mention, they don't have the same, boundaries, if you will, that American companies has in terms of pollution and whatnot, workers' rights. You see what I'm saying? So, again, yes, it might be more expensive to produce here, but for us to become more sovereign and not reliant on whole other economies, to, uplift this nation is what the American First Agenda is all about. It's about doing for self. Something that a brother from the Nation of Islam, that's been exposed to, that sort of teaching could understand.
I definitely agree. Doing for self is definitely a strength on a fashion, but also, doing something, having somebody else do something that can do it better than you is also a strength. So, and we're not going to talk about the morals of China and stuff like that. I understand what you're saying. That's a very good point. But, we can't necessarily regulate the sovereign dynamics of other countries. And, we're just talking about economics. We're not talking about the dynamics of that. Go ahead.
Let me just ask this question based off of the debate. Do you think Trump has a better chance of becoming president now or less chance?
Oh, absolutely. Better.
Absolutely. Okay.
Post-debate?
Yeah.
No doubt about it, man. We all saw it. I think brother said it was the corpse, of Joe Biden. What I mean? Yeah, the brother, to no fault of his own. I mean, we all gonna get old, that's for sure. But the brother, I should say, Biden, he is not fit to run the country, and then those that he's been leaning on have been making terrible decisions, again and again, that is ill impacting the country. This is what is giving rise back to Trump. And then again, many of our people swinging away, not all, but many of our people larger than ever, are swinging away from the Democratic platform and either not going to vote, which is a win for Trump, or supporting Trump.
Hey, can we move on? This is
wait a second. He asked a question. Let me answer that question. Again, talk about mutant mics. But no, I'm just saying that largely the people that were rocking with Biden before are going to rock with him again. The people that were rocking with Trump before are rocking with Trump again. There's no question that Biden had a very bad showing. But if you actually pull up the transcripts, he did a very good job as far as putting forward a cognitive, thoughtful communication. When you're talking about, for example, damn it, my screen just froze up. He's talking about everybody liked Roe versus Wade, bringing it back to the states, and he's like sitting there telling you, you bringing it back to the states. So you're saying that what? So you think the civil rights should be something that he brought back to the states?
He made a good point with that.
That was a great point.
Good point. Hell yeah.
And one thing that Trump did that I really appreciated, he was very honest at this. When he was talking about abortion, he goes, look, I do think there should be some it should be done in this circumstance, it should be done in that circumstance. I understand that people feel some type of way. He says, but we got to get the votes. You got to get the votes. So he's basically telling you, understand that, look, this is not a winning platform to take. So it was refreshing for him to be honest and be straight up. Of course, he was absolutely lying, talking about aborting children that's already been born. I mean, when you're talking about when they did the fact checking, it was ridiculous.
When he was talking about they take the baby out and set him aside. I was like, what the hell is he talking about?
He said they abort them after they're born.
Yeah. He said they take it out, set them aside or some shit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, those were ridiculous. So the fact checking that Biden had his fibs as well, but the bottom line is the fib dynamic. Trump was like way more beyond that. But like Walk said, if we don't want to beat a dead horse, we can move on to the next topic.
Yeah, let's move on to something more important than who's going to lead the free world and all that other shit. Let's talk about
right,
Bronny James.
Let's talk about James. Oh shit! I just told him that we're not sure we can draft his son Bronny. Okay. All right, but look. Let me say this: LeBron James' son, LeBron Raymond Bronny James Jr., it was picked for the Lakers. So he'll be on the Lake Show with the LeBron James. History will be made, and I think that LeBron is going to put on a great show in front of his son. You know, we all go harder when we try to impress our son. So I think he's going to put on a great show. What's y'all take on it?
Hey, Walk, go ahead. You got first
Uh,
bite.
well, my son, my son used to play high school basketball. He's 23 now. He said he think he could come in the game and shut Bronny down right now. Like, I was like, damn, Court, that is total disrespect, but that's really what it is right now. Bronny, you really shouldn't be on the team. But I'm like this. Why would LeBron put his son through this scrutiny? Because this is just starting. It's going to get, y'all know my favorite word I love to use. I'm bringing it back. It's going to get way worse, sir. It's going to get worse, sir. Even though I know that's not a word. And can that kid manage that? Can he manage the LA crowd, the LA fans, and us LA, all the scrutiny he's about to get? It's going to be terrible.
Brother Charles X.
Yes, sir. Everyone knows I'm a lifelong, from day one, Laker fan. But I'm not sure that the Lakers are going in the right direction. Period. Starting with them letting go of the coach, and now are bringing in JJ Redick.
Please, horn.
I ain't horning that.
You see what I'm saying? But in terms of the role that Bronny James is expected to play, first of all, he has to. He'll make the 15, right? He's gonna make that, but will he break the 12? And play much this year? That remains to be seen. But I just don't think that Bronny James has a physical stature needed for the role he would be expected to play, which is that 3 and D role. He's only 6'1". He is athletic. He is in good shape. Presumably. But I understand at the end of the day, this is a marketing move, and they had to appease LeBron, just like they had to appease LeBron by letting go the coach, Darvin Ham, and bringing in someone else, which that whole process was completely mismanaged. So we'll see what happens, but I'm just not sold that Bronny James is going to be an answer and a piece that the Lakers really needed to compete better this year.
Let me just say that Darvin Ham lost the locker room. I hated that they fired him. I felt like, had the players played a little bit better, they probably would have got past Denver. They were up. His game plan showed to be working, but he lost that locker room, and it wasn't LeBron. It was AD. It was all of them. This is actual fact that's come out. They love JJ Redick's mindset. They like his process, his analysis. This isn't just LeBron's boy. This is someone who they think has a vision, a modern vision, a vision that can actually work. And sadly, when these millionaires quit on you, all the great coaching in the world, none of that's going to help. Now, when you're talking about LeBron's son being picked at the 55th pick, there's only 60 picks. No one's really expecting the 55th pick to do anything. But the fact of the matter is, Bronny James was on USC to actually play. This dude's heart fell out his chest. He had a cardiac arrest. This is the stuff that really kind of set back his season. But as far as when he got healthy and he competed in the NBA Combine, he dominated in the Combine. He actually played very well in the rookie, scrims that, come out of all of that stuff. So he was actually had a second round grade. His the agent.
I think he's gonna be all right. He's gonna be all right on with his showing and being able to put up with the LA crowd, Mr. Walk. I think he's gonna be all right. He's gonna get out there on the floor and do his shit. Because most people that come out there, I never played no professional sports, but I think he's gonna be all right. That's just my opinion on it.
And he's a one, Brother Charles X. So all they need, if they can get him to be a defensive guy at the one, that's an accomplishment. But were you about to? You got something to say about this, El Poo?
I can just see one of the players on one of the other teams talking about trying to be like Tupac, talking about, didn't one of you players already have a heart attack or something? But congratulations to the Lakers. You know what? Y'all just spent some money and got a glorified cheerleader. He's going to ride the bench straight up.
And all of this talk is overlooking the fact that they got an absolute steal at 17. They got a dude who was the lead, the SEC player of the year, who was a dominant player in college this year, who everybody pretty much has as a top 10 player, fall to them at 7th just because he was 23 years old. But they act like you that's all that you're going to develop at 23-year-olds. These NBA players develop all the time and get better and better and better. So, they had a great draft, and the fact that they got, his son, hey, we signed Greek Freak's brother just for the opportunity to be able to try to sway him or to get some communications. They signed Caldwell Pope basically as a road to LeBron's agent to get LeBron here. So it's part of the game. It's just part of the game.
I'm just looking for this. If you don't give me a championship, I'm gonna be upset.
See, that's the horn. That's the
unfortunately, it's probably not going to happen. But just a couple of late round draft picks that come to my mind because you can't find value there from time to time is Nikola Jokic was drafted 41st by the Nuggets in 2014, and then everybody remember the San Antonio Spurs in 1999 who got Manu Ginobili with the 57 pick. You see what I'm saying? So will this draft class give us that type of value? We'll see.
Yeah, because that was the thing about it. This is supposed to be a notoriously weak draft class. So this is like not just in your everyday 55th, but those are great points. We want to go on to the next topic. Or should I say the next in the news issue?
What's the next? That's
we got Megan Thee Stallion. On Friday, Meg dropped her new self-entitled album, which opens up with a previously released #1 track, Hiss, and adds a new snake bite diss in Rattle. Meg gloats on the song chorus, ain't got no T on me. This hoe thinks she TMZ. And basically, that's a Meg Thee Stallion taking shots at Nicki Minaj. So she's getting into the diss thing. I mean, she already had her diss thing going before, but she sees everything that's going on with brother Kendrick. It's still going on with Kendrick. So so I guess you're getting in where you fit in. I know she's your favorite rapper. What you got to say about this, Mr. Floyd X?
Megan Thee Stallion ain't my favorite rapper. Nah. Look, as far as female rapper goes, the one I think that's running the table right now is Glorilla. Shout out to Glorilla. I think she makes some good ass music, and I like her voice. But as far as this rap war between Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj, I don't know what drove her to bring this up and start trying to diss her again. Because Nicki Minaj was, as far as I know, was just minding her business, trying to raise her family with her husband and stuff like that. So I'm not sure why she chose to diss her right now.
That was a direct response to Nicki Minaj's diss. She said in her song,
Which one?
Meg Thee Stallion did a diss. Then Nicki Minaj did a response diss, and in her diss, she said something like, I got T on you. I went nice on you. So she made a chorus.
That was like 5 months ago.
Yeah, exactly. So
why she coming out now?
Bringing it up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like,
exactly.
The motive is clear. We just saw the success, if you will, of the kid that kicked you. You know what I mean? So we go ahead and get some headlines. Draw some attention, their way. And then see what happens. So that's how I took it.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, between them two, I don't know. I think Nicki Minaj is the better rapper between the two of them because only time I listen to Megan Thee Stallion, if I hear it on the radio, I never went to say, let me check out her album. And I think she only got like one album out, right?
I don't know. I
think Nicki Minaj got a whole catalog in.
What's the walk?
Floyd X, you're making yourself seem real old. Megan Thee Stallion got like 10 albums, bro. Like back from 2016 and now. Like she got a lot. Now official album
or mixtape. That's what I'm saying. Is it an album or mixtape?
That's the title.
If they not official albums, Nicki Minaj got official albums because a lot of people be so scared to call it an album because they don't want to flop. So they just call it mixtape. If she ain't got 5 official albums, she shouldn't even be competing with Nicki Minaj, in my opinion.
Spice, the dancehall Spice, she released her first album 2 years ago. Come on now, I've been seeing Spice for since 2014. I mean, we get it, but we know what it is. It's an album. But that's neither here nor there. This is like who cares news. Like I'm a fan of Nicki. They both beautiful women. Come on, after Kendrick Lamar, Drake, you don't want to hear no petty BS trying to. That song is trash. Come on, man. The standard too high right now. This is too high.
Exactly.
So I have a question for you, Walk and El Poo, because you guys are the rap gurus around here. You know what I mean? No disrespect to Brother Nice over there, but
super disrespect.
Hey, but why does man call himself a stallion since a stallion is an uncastrated adult male horse? I never understood that.
Thank you for leaving me out of that question.
We've been calling women, guys been calling women stallions for years by the hair and how they walk and there's you know what I'm saying? It's like a prize horse. Like, we've been hearing that. I've heard that about Meg Thee Stallion before, but we get it. She's a stallion, the donkey rare and stuff like that. Nothing to do with her, man. Come on now. Stop it.
Brother X, ignorance is bliss. That's all it is. I mean, it's just where it is.
And shout out to Brother Joseph Youssef. You can give me, but that's the brother that always chimes in on the mutant politics and all this other stuff. And that's the brother. That's the brother about the coin. So salute to that brother. He said she's tall. Yep, that's what's up.
Yeah, shout out to Brother Joseph. Brother. We're gonna definitely go to the beach real soon. In fact, I'm about to get you on a stand-up paddleboard next. You know what I mean? Hitting these waves and see how you like that. The boogie board is cool. I'm gonna bring that too. You know what I mean? But we're gonna put you on a stand-up, board as well. You know what I mean? How you hanging 10, brother?
Black surfers. That's what's up. So, and then the last in the news little item is let's make this real quick because we're getting kind of late. It's just basically the Supreme Court, ruled in favor of the Oregon city that ticketed homeless people for sleeping outside, rejecting arguments that such anti-camping ordinances violate the Constitution's ban on cruel and unusual punishment. I mean, what's happening is they get ticketed, and then if they get like 2 tickets or something within a span, then they get moved, or they could go to jail. And a lot of people are complaining that, hey, we're spending all this money on punishing them for being homeless instead of doing something to help them. But it's kind of a messy situation.
Well, I love the screen. I love the go ahead and cover this topic real briefly. But man, a brother just dropped off. Man, he had a classic, frozen screen. Jesus, take a moment. Picture there, you know what I mean. So, but he dropped off now.
Dang, man!
It was cold-blooded. Let me say that. He was smiling and everything. You know what I mean? But look, I'm gonna say it like this: like Justice Neil Gorsuch, he said like this: homelessness is a complex. Its causes are many. So may be the public policy response required to address it. A handful of federal judges cannot begin to match the collective wisdom of the American people possess in deciding how best to handle a pressing social question like homelessness. So right on cue, and really, to be honest, they didn't show any sort of a confusion, and took a real similar stance that they did with the abortion issue. They're going to make this a local jurisdiction, states' rights situation. You know what I mean? Let's let the public, in these jurisdictions figure out how to deal with it. And if they make a bad decision, as far as the general public is concerned, then your vote, could be your voice as to how you want, policy to be shaped, where you live.
I hear that. So we're going to go to the break now. Are you in there, around there somewhere? See, that's the worst. This is the worst time for him to drop off. So let me just do the commercials. No, I ain't gonna do that. But a shout out. Oh, here he's coming back. Got it. You can't hear him. Oh, he can't talk.
You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right. Let's go to commercials, bro. Go to commercials. Where we at?
La Brea Trucking. Shout out to this brother for all your trucking needs. Cross.
La Brea Trucking for all of your trucking needs. East Coast to West Coast. West Coast to East Coast. North to South. South to West. The brother will deliver. Y'all saw the number at the end. Hit him up.
That's right. That website is gobealive.org. BEE. Go get you some of that black honey.
Yes. And if you want to go in person and buy it in the store, you can go to Petty Vice, located in Venice, California, and you can go to Afro City Marketplace, located in the Crenshaw Mall.
That's what's up.
What's our next commercial? Where is the score? Let's go to scoreboard. Score Bar is located at 7123 Franklin Boulevard here in Sacramento, California. It's black owned. They got Sunday brunch. They got wings on Wednesday, tacos and tequila on Tuesday. Go check them out. It's a black owned bar. They do good business over there. What's next?
Oh, Pooh, I was deferring to you. Spin that back. 10:30. Tell us. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. It's the Spin That Back show. Once again, 10:30 Saturday mornings. We're going to be here talking about De La Soul this week, and we're not going to be here next week, just to give you heads up.
Sounds like a Mutant Politics Sunday. Oh, you there, Brother Charles X?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, all right. So, we want. We done with that?
Yo, every Thursday, 9 p.m. I'm going to have to do a live show at 9 p.m. come this Thursday. We talking about insecurity. Because I hate when women, if a guy say, hey, tone the way you're dressed down. Oh, you're just insecure. Or everything is you're insecure. No. It's more than that. It's about protection. Your protection, young lady. I'm looking out for you. But we're going to talk about insecurity next Sex Talk Will Walk Thursday. Coming live.
Cool. All right. That's a good segue into our next topic, huh? The main event. We
Cyber soul searching.
Cyber soul searching. And let me try to pull this picture up real quick so everybody get an idea of what we're talking about. Where the hell is that picture at? Oh shit. I'm tripping.
Well, the bottom line is a lot of this stuff is a lot of these internet dating shows. You know, we're looking at the Pop the Balloon or Find Love. There's various other shows, but you know, it's sort of like dominating on YouTube. Very entertaining, kind of very sad in many respects, because a lot of this is very sort of like shallow. You know, is a guy just walks up and females just look at his outfit and they just pop the balloon and just don't even say. They're just, you know, you're just gonna completely throw away the way this dude just based on this presentation. This outfit is gonna come off, and this human being is still gonna be what it's gonna be, and he might be a great guy, but it's this shallowness that, you know, probably condemns women to a lot of bums.
All right, so what we got here is the cyber soul searching. We got Kendra G with the Singles Live, where she interviewed people that's looking for a date. You got the flag on the play, where they throw a flag down if they see a red sign or something. You got the Pop the Balloon, what Nice Guy was talking about, Pop the Balloon or Find Love. All these shows are, I know they're meant to entertain, it's part of it, right? And then I don't believe that you can really find a true love on there and all that stuff. But one thing I did get from watching these is that a lot of people are delusional. And I hate to say, particularly the women, what your expectations are and what you're looking for. It's not out there, sister. And if it is, he ain't looking for you.
Ouch. Yeah, that you brought up your first time I was even exposed to any of this when you had that clip about the prize.
Yeah.
And you know what happened was the dude was like talking to it was one dude and it was a bunch of females, and the female was like, go ahead, say what you got to say. And he's like, and the dude asked, he goes, do you think you're the prize? And she goes, well, I'm definitely the prize. And he told her that, you're the prize to men that you don't want.
Yeah.
He said, because the men that you want, they're the prize. And I mean, that was like a powerful comment. So it's you talk about hey, what's the name of the brother that you say is the modern day Malcolm X? His
brother Kevin Samuels, our brother Kevin Samuels, rest in peace.
His teachings are still resonating.
Godfather.
The Godfather, rest in peace to that brother. He was speaking truth and trying to help the family and trying to get women on an even level or even mind state with their man. You got to be on a level, on an even playing field. You can't think too high of yourself and thinking that, I could do better than him. Then you break up the family. It's like the relationships is like, it's the core of the Black community, basically. And if we ain't got that relationship and we ain't building, we just got all these empty people, empty shells out here talking about getting the bag. I'm chasing the bag. Get the bag, girl. And all this craziness. It's like, this shit is crazy what's going on right now. Brother Charles X, what you think? Walk, you got something? Go ahead, Walk. What you think about
these shows been going on like since the 70s. They just redo them different way. Remember the dating game, Love Connection. People are looking for love and they don't know how to find love. That's because you get out here, you start dating, and you just look. You don't even know what you're looking for. Like, what I'm saying? So I see the point of these shows, but they're kind of unrealistic. Like a guy just walk out, they start popping a balloon on him. Ain't heard a word out of his mouth. Like that is very shallow and not cool. Then the same happens when a chick walks out there, and it's the same effect. But I just think it's all fun. But you can't go on the show seriously thinking you're gonna like meet somebody who you might hit, you might knock the boots or something like that. But I don't think you really think you're gonna get married or meet the chick of your dreams on that one of them crazy shows.
Brother Charles X.
Man, shout out to old school country legend Johnny Lee. He said was spitting bars back in the day where he was telling us that we looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for love in too many faces, man. Straight up, the people is making really bad decisions right now in terms of, picking, their mate, and it makes a lot of sense because, a lot of people don't look at, coming together and building a family as a business decision, and we don't study, the art, of a business. We don't study the art of war. We don't study the science of mating, and all these things, come into play. So right now I was talking with a gentleman, he actually is in a great field. He's making 90 to 100K plus every year. Average guy, in terms of look, stature, and everything. And so what he decided to do was he decided to go and work on a border town out there in Chula Vista. And then he just went and got an apartment out in Tijuana, about $2,000 a month, luxury apartment, real secure, right on the beach, and then just takes in the bus, and the train to work every day. But while he's out there in Tijuana, he's dating women, who he says that he has no business dating, at all, in terms of these would be 9s and 10s, here inside of America, And so he's just taking the game and just said, man, look, I'm not even dealing with these American women anymore and having a great time, And so this is like the Passport Brothers. They do something real similar in terms of traveling the world.
Shout out to the Passport Brothers.
Shout out to them. You see what I'm saying? Women, the last thing I'll leave us with, and Kevin Samuels, man, I miss that brother, but his content still lives on. But, he reminded us that it is the women who choose who to have sex with, but men who choose who they're going to marry. We're the prize.
Real talk.
El Poo.
Mr. El Poo.
I think the men on these shows are doing it wrong. You want to get these women interested, and then you come out there counting cash. That's all they want. They want the bag. They want the bag. Now, they don't care what you look like. If you look broke, they don't want you. But if you show that money, hey, game changes.
El Pooh. There was an episode with Bow Wow. He was on one of those shows. I think it was the 1v20, 1 versus 20. He pulls out some money. This chick ran from the back of the line to get next to him, trying to get to the bag. So that pulling out the money is true. And he was so disappointed, like, you just here for the money. And she was talking and she couldn't even rationalize it, her brain, and try to justify why she ran up there. She was programmed on stupidity, man. And you know, you can't go find love on those shows. And
let me say this too. Just to add to that, what proved that point was Flavor of Love 1, 2, and 3.
Oh man,
Damn,
damn,
that was great TV.
Oh my
Great
God.
TV.
You fucked up, man. That shit, ridiculous.
It was ridiculous, but it was great TV.
That was ridiculous. But like the women on the Kendra G show, they say, "What do you want in a man? He got to be making over 100,000. He got to be 6 feet tall, and he got to be no smoking. Got to be fear God." They put all these parameters, and it's just slowly eliminating all these men, like 90% of men, because they like, from what I'm learning, it's only like maybe 6 to 10% of the population of the planet is over 6 feet. If you look at that, 10% of the people on the planet is over 6 feet tall. And you talk about you want somebody that's over 6 feet. So you cut out 90% of the people on the planet.
And so then they want 100,000 plus, you know what I mean? And then, there's other attributes they look for in the brother, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So.
Damn. So when I walk in the room, all you're going to hear is this.
Hey, man,
pop.
And a long time ago, if I can say this real quick, man, I was taught by a straight OG that as a man, you could lose a lot of money chasing women, but you would never lose a woman chasing money.
Wow. That's the real shit. The horn still does work. It does work.
We want to move on to the next topic.
What's our next topic?
Are
The
you
4th
going
of
to
July?
celebrate the 4th of July?
You know what? I normally say I celebrate the 3rd of July because that's my birthday. So I'll be barbecuing on the 3rd of July and celebrating that, but not the 4th.
Brother Walk?
I am. My son, my 7-year-old, he asked me, can I pop fireworks? And I was like, I've been waiting on somebody to ask me, so I'm going all out this year. Bang, bang, all that stuff. So I'm going to do it just because it's just something to do. Like my cousin once said before, like, even if you don't celebrate it, you celebrate it. You might have off that day. You might, you know what I'm saying? You're a part of it somehow.
I disagree with that.
Huh?
I mean, if you're not doing the fireworks,
ding, ding.
I disagree with that. It's not, you're not celebrating it just because you're
working on the 4th.
No. The day's
so
off.
You participate whether you want to or not. That's what I'm saying. Like,
close.
Wait, but I'm saying, but you're gonna be in the mood. You're gonna probably see your neighbor out there barbecuing. Hey, Floyd, what's up, man? You want something? Like, come on, you part of it. You're not in a hole somewhere. Like, I'm not with this. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? The moment you feel the vibe is there. It's just a holiday. Why not?
To actively go and buy some fireworks so you could burn your money. That's not. I ain't doing that. Ain't nobody. I mean, people doing it.
You know, we did it our whole life. Moms and pops, they had it popping on the street, busting them firecrackers and the little sparkle things. We grew up like that. Don't deprive the kids of that, man. I ain't depriving my kid of that.
We didn't know no better.
Ain't it the fire going on out there in Lancaster right now?
Huh?
Ain't it the fire going on in Lancaster right about now?
It's on the west side. It's different fireworks going on out here. It's bang, bang, shoot 'em up. Fireworks in Lancaster.
Mr. Officer, yeah, Jaywalk is going to be popping fireworks. It's a fire out there in Lancaster.
Brother Charles X.
My neighborhood.
Are you going to be?
I'm sorry. I was about to say, in my neighborhood, it feels like the 4th of July on a regular because of all the illegal fireworks that's on the street. Like every weekend, there's a show you could watch, you know what I mean, right from your bedroom window, so, but to answer the question, I just live up to, one of my monikers, which is Undercover Brother. and I celebrate the 4th of July, but not for, the reasons that many around me celebrated for, but in the nation, we were always taught that it was on July 4th, 1930, that Master Fard Muhammad came and declared that 400 years of bondage of blacks served in America had ended. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm really, thinking about every 4th of July. If I come out and I'm happy, I'm up, and chilling, it's for that reason. You know what I mean? But, no one would know it, unless I told them.
Do you let off fireworks for it?
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. No, I'm not popping fireworks. I'm not buying fireworks in particular. You know what I mean? That's just, not something I choose to put my money on at all.
I remember I used to look at people like, how you just going to buy something to burn your money? This one lady, she went and bought $500 worth of fireworks. I'm sitting there like, and you just going to burn it all up tonight? That was insane to me, man.
Yeah, no, I can't do it.
Yeah, as a grown up, fireworks don't mean nothing to me. But if I did, all I have to do is look out my window. It's going to be Beirut, where I live, pretty much, around the 4th. I mean, and honestly, they're shooting off fireworks all the time. So it really doesn't matter much of anything. I absolutely will not be celebrating the 4th. I won't be thinking about the Declaration of Independence or anything like that. But if you give me a day off and an opportunity to barbecue, I am going to barbecue. I don't give a damn what any Hotep got to say about that. So, I'm not celebrating it, but by WOG's definition, if that's celebrating it, then by that definition, I will be celebrating it. But, with all due respect, I'm not going to be, pledging allegiance to any flag or doing anything like that. I'm going to be taking advantage of a day off and firing up this grill.
What the hell is a Hotep? You said I don't give a damn what any Hotep say.
You know what they talking about? Like back in our day, it's like back in our days, we always talk the conscious brother, the rah-rah brother. That's always a black man, the blackity black. And this generation, they always talk about the brothers that be talking about Hotep and all this other stuff. The African, the Akibalan, stuff like that. So they complain about very conscious brothers. A Hotep brother would be like Dr. Umar. You know what I'm saying? So,
Gotcha.
I'll tell you this. I'm gonna celebrate because I'm not going to work, and unlike a lot of y'all out there that claim that y'all got Indian in y'all family, I ain't celebrating the 4th. In fact, every time y'all talk about the 4th, a little tear just goes down.
That's funny.
Hey, don't they have a Twilight Zone marathon on July 4th? So the Twilight Zone, what inspired Rod Serling to create the Twilight Zone was the tragedy of Emmett Till. And he wanted to create a platform to attack social issues in a way that would be received by the audience. So, there's that tie. But yeah,
Yeah, I never knew that, brother.
I never knew that.
Brother, I just found out a few days ago. I favorited that article. I was like, wow. I've always loved the Twilight Zone, but it's just
for sure.
Yep.
All right, so let's we only got a little bit of time. You want to talk about 2025?
Damn.
But it sounds like that's going to have to be a topic on the Mutant Politics show, because we most definitely don't have enough time. We got to get ready, for that Spin That Back show.
Can you give us a brief synopsis of what Project 25 is and what's going to be covered real quick?
Go ahead, brother Nice, and then I'll chime in after.
I'm not going to shut you out. I'm real.
I was like, oh, you passed the buck to me.
Hey, I know my boy.
Hey, check this out.
Boy.
If you've been following this show, what we do is we try to set up somebody for a question and catch them off guard and then end the show on them. So that is going to be our gag. So just so you know, at the end of the show, we're all going to be